I'm TV6 meteorologist Eric DeBroca, and here's your latest weather on demand forecast. Lake effect snow warnings and advisories still in effect and gripping most of upper Michigan outside of the few counties to the south and central portions of the UP. The lighter blue, though, are the advisories, dark blue are the warnings. The eastern portion will continue through Friday afternoon, whereas the west will be chopped off early morning, but still in the warnings, we're talking about another 4 to 6 inches in addition to what we've already seen. Some areas have already picked up that since this morning, so totals topping out at some spots over a foot, mainly east of Munising and towards Grand Marais and the northern portion of Schoolcraft County, which is exactly where the snow bands have been setting up over the last several hours. Also coming off here in Baraga County as well, they're the western end anyways, receiving a moderate snowfall. Here are the winds. They're gusting with good force, 31 miles an hour out of Houghton, 13 sustained out of Sawyer. Everywhere else about 20 to 25. Now these strong winds not only make the wind chill feel a lot colder and make it unpleasant outside, but they will actually keep the lake effect snow going as colder air. That's exactly why. Cold is coming in from southern Canada. We are at 12 at Pickle Lake and also in Winnipeg. Go a little bit north of that, 5 degrees above zero in Norway House. And that's where the flow is coming out of, either from the low levels and also aloft. So we can expect temperatures tomorrow to be much colder than they were today. So say goodbye to the 30s, in other words, and we kind of already are across the eastern portion of the UP. We're all in the mid and even low 20s in some spots now. Interesting stat for you here. We've had snowy December days, or have we? What's ironic is that only 2 days had actually no snowfall, and that does not include traces. But the other 27 of 29 had trace of snow or more. So you think we'd amount to a lot of snowfall, but really we haven't. 37.6 inches is what we've seen, which is slightly below average, even though it's right in line sort of with the average of 40. We are still in drought, though, of 19 inches for the entire year because of the abnormally and actually record-breaking warm November. But this pattern is changing and really has done so earlier in the week, especially with lake effect snows. But we're not done yet, and looks like next week as well turns very active and snowy. Stay tuned for that. We have some lake effect snow towards the border of Minnesota, and Wisconsin tells us that we're not done with lake snows for several more hours yet, even through the first part of Friday. As the reinforcing air, a shot of Arctic air comes from the north, and will keep the lake snows going through about 2 p.m., especially east. That's when we finally get this lull in the action before this next guy, as Clipper system, moves its way in. Very fast moving system, so by tomorrow night, we're talking about more snow, this time for everybody across upper Michigan as it tracks across us by around 5 in the morning on Saturday. Then by say 2 or 3 in the afternoon on Saturday, everything should be done snowing. There will be a little bit more lake enhancement, though. Expect roughly 2 to 4 inches of snow to fall. Here are Tuesday's highs, much colder, rather Friday's highs, much colder than they were on Thursday, only in the teens across the west. So I wanted to show you the Clipper system. Here's first of all, the lake effect snow, and then tracking out the Clipper where it comes from the west. And looks like the northern part of Minnesota and also our area will pick up some decent snowfalls, at least for some areas that really haven't seen a whole lot of snow, mainly this spot right here, the south central portion. So here's another one, an up close look. Everywhere you see the darker shades of blue and purple, that says over 3 inches of snow, and the darkest areas here point to 5 to even 6 inches. So there will be advisories and potentially some winter storm warnings for New Year's Eve. Stay tuned for that. Overnight lows tonight will be rain around 14 degrees across the west to right around 20 in the east as lake snows continue. They will continue for a time tomorrow as well, but then come to an abrupt halt in the afternoon as the winds will go southwesterly as we welcome the next snowmaker. Your TV 6-day forecast now features several opportunities for more snow, actually, but as we open 2017, we open it with some sunshine and some seasonal temperatures. Things get interesting here next week. Clouds thicken up on Monday, and we're watching a snowstorm begin Monday night into the day on Tuesday. Stay tuned for this forecast. It looks like this could be a pretty decent storm.